So
Whoa.
It has been a minute doing one of these. Whew. Almost forgot how to use this thing. Can cook, how we looking? All good? Yeah? Yo, I'm here, finally back. Sorry for disappearing for so long. I think this is my first ever little sit down chatty video, so we're just gonna jump straight into it because I do have some bad news for you all today. So, as you know, I've been trialing with a new team for about 3 months. I didn't really let you lot know when or where I was trialing, how long it was. I just kept you in the dark on basically everything because I didn't want to be posting about it on social media, looking unprofessional with the club, looking like I'm just doing it for a couple clicks, but now I can talk about it. So today we're basically going to speak about how I actually failed in my recent football tryout. Really unfortunate situation. So yeah, let's just jump straight into that. So the story starts off in January, which when I called up a club as basically a cold caller. So I didn't have a contact at that club. I basically found a number, found a couple emails online, sent some emails, made some phone calls, and we made it happen. And yeah, it took a couple of weeks because of COVID, but I basically went straight into training after doing the little phone call with the manager. I realised I never actually told you guys on YouTube who the club is, but I have announced it now on TikTok. So if you aren't already, make sure you go and follow me over there. We're about to hit 40,000 followers, which is absolutely mental. But I'm going to reveal it now in this video since obviously I failed and it's out there already. So I trained with Bognor Regis Town Football Club. So Bognor are an Isthmian Premier Division side, which is level 3 in non-league football and tier 7 in the whole of English football. I could be wrong on that, don't get on to me, okay? But that's just what I'm pretty sure if I go off my memory. So it's a pretty good standard. As I said, yeah, I went into Bognor training in January and stayed with them through to March. Obviously, I found being out of team football for a year is sort of the highest level I've ever played at. I definitely wasn't at the mark, but they were willing to give me a shot, which I was over the moon with. So for those of you that have been with me for a while, you'll know I did a college scholarship with Brighton and Hove Albion. Obviously, you all know I wasn't in the full-time academy. It was like a college scholarship thing, which allowed me to study while playing football full-time. So I did that, which you know, Bognor is a very far travel from Brighton, where I had to travel to anyway. So the first problem and why I failed this trial was travel time. Yes, I didn't actually fail or get kicked out because of my ability, although I could personally sense I was a bit behind, and I'm sure that other coaches could. Like I say, they were willing to keep me on and give me a go, see how I improve, see how I get on, see how I blend with the squad. But the first reason for my departure was the travel time. I was traveling 3 hours each way to get to one training session. So 6 hours total travel time just for one training session, which is mad. So yeah, 6 hours is just a very, very long time traveling on trains, walking, just to get to one football session. I was willing to do it because I was trying to show how dedicated I was and how much I wanted to improve, and I do feel like that was one of the things that gave me leverage for them to think to keep me on, because once you hear a kid's traveling 6 hours for a training session, you know he's going to be committed and to look out for him for the future. That was my thought process behind it. But obviously, over time, this adds up and it does start to become a bit of an issue. The second reason is with it being the back end of the season. As you all know, last summer in pre-season, I got a knee injury, which put me out until late November. So I only got back to individual training, not even team training, in December. And now, obviously, it's May. I've spent the past few months catching up, getting fit again. I was a bit anxious to get back with a team, but now we're looking for it. So yeah, with it being the back end of the season, they couldn't just chuck me straight into games. Like I said, it's at a good standard. I came in as a cold caller, so they don't really know if they can trust me, how good I am. They need me to stay on training and just getting to know me, seeing how I blend with the squad before they chuck me in. But yeah, although it is the end of the season, pre-season is still quite a while away, with it starting in like July time. Obviously, I joined in January, which meant traveling all that time over the next, let's say, 6 months, with not even getting a guaranteed spot. So So obviously, let me explain that a bit more. Obviously, I started training with them in January, fully knowing I wasn't going to be able to get selected for games or put on a contract anytime soon. And after a couple discussions with the manager, he did like clearly let me know, we're interested in keeping you on, and you can come train with us. We'd love to have you down, but we're going to need to wait till pre-season in the summertime to put you in some friendly matches so they can see what I'm like in an actual game, because you can only really tell too much from a training session. Obviously, that being so many months away, that meant a long travel time for me, and that meant not being on a contract, I wasn't getting any income from the club, which meant I was spending my own money on the travel. Obviously, I don't mind spending my own money. It's not ideal. No one wants to spend their money on train tickets, but what can you do? So yeah, I was spending my own money on all of my travel, my food before and after the training sessions. Nothing was getting supplied by the club because I wasn't signed with them. What are they going to do for me realistically? Like I say, at first this wasn't a problem, but after a while I was spending money every single week, pricey train tickets, long train travel. You know it is going to become a problem eventually. And let me just remind you, this isn't a guaranteed opportunity, okay? I could have been spending all of this money still to this day and still waiting for pre-season in a couple months time. So it come to that, get put in a couple games and they turn me away. Obviously I would have improved over that time and gained some valuable experience and learned some lessons, but it wasn't guaranteed. You've got to remember that. This was only a chance at signing a contract. So around mid-February to late February is when travel started to become a bigger issue than it already was. So obviously I was doing 6 hours total travel time for each session, but I was starting to have a lot of difficulties getting to the session. Because it was so long, the travel to get there, the chances of something going wrong on the way was very high. I don't know how it happened, but 1 whole month in a row trains were cancelled. So basically I travel about an hour on the train just for a connecting train to be cancelled. Like when I get there, I'm obviously, you know, feeling a bit down about the train being cancelled, having to turn around, travel back home. I've wasted my money, I've wasted my time, I'm wasting the coach's time because I'm looking like a no-show player who's just all talk and doesn't actually want to play. So it just wasn't going well. It happened 1 week, then it happened another week, and then the train announcer, I don't know what went wrong basically. Yeah, little side story, okay? So I couldn't believe this happened this 1 week. Yeah, I jumped on my normal train, bearing in mind, okay, my normal train which I get every other week. Jump on, the little announcer goes, this is the service to blah blah blah, whatever, yeah. And after a while, 30 minutes goes by, I'm like, I should have done my first change by now. I'm not noticing any of these stops. Where am I then? And before I knew it, I was in Gatwick Airport. Not sure how I got there, not sure what went wrong, because the announcer did say it was my train. He said all the stops, but then we just didn't go past any of them. And it sounds stupid, but I promise you I'm not making it up. I don't really know how it happened, to be honest. So yeah, once that happened, I sort of got home. I was feeling really like down and bad about myself, thinking, like I said, I'm a no-show, I'm just wasting their time, my money, all that. Because it did go on for a month total, so 4 weeks, like I missed training sessions. So when I got home, I basically sent the manager a long message, just basically explaining everything that had been happening, sort of saying it wasn't my fault, because it wasn't. Trains are getting cancelled, what can I personally do about it? But I just felt really bad, both on his part and my part about the situation. I don't know, it was a really difficult spot to be put in, not being able to play, but you're wanting to play so badly. I don't know, it was a weird apology message, because I was apologising, although it wasn't my fault. I don't know. So I chatted to him about it. He said, that's okay. Like, I totally understand, you come from so far, it's fine, we don't expect you to be able to make every single week. So after about a week of evaluating the situation in my own mind, just thinking about what I want to do, I came up and said to him, maybe it's best I stop training for now and I potentially return in the pre-season. Because originally when I had my first chat with him, He knew how far I was travelling. He knew the money I was spending. So he said, look, if you want, we can still keep you on, still keep in contact, but just come back in pre-season. And I said, no, I want to train during this time. Now I've reevaluated. I've said to him, maybe, yeah, you're right. I should come back in pre-season. Maybe that's an option. I'll try again next week. If I can't make it, I'll see you in pre-season, basically. So the week's going on. I'm getting ready for this one final training session. If it works out, great, I'm staying on with the team. If it doesn't, I'll see him in pre-season. Don't worry too much. But during the week, I found out that the manager had left the club. So another reason which put me in the bin. So obviously, like I said earlier, I joined the club as a cold caller, so no one knew who I was. So that was very, very bad news for me when he left. Obviously, I wasn't down on a list as a try list and all that because it was mid-season. They didn't really have my contacts like that. I only had contact with the one manager, one person at the club. Not good. Thankfully, it was the coach who stepped up and took over in the managerial position, but I didn't have his contact still, and I was trying to get contact with anyone there, but I just couldn't find any form of contact. So I'm guessing what must have happened is the manager who stepped down got rid of his second phone, maybe, because he wasn't replying to me anymore, and I didn't really know what was going on. I was just sort of shut out in the dark. So this basically confirmed my departure from the club. So there you go, there you have it. Those are the 3 or 4 reasons, I can't remember exactly, to why it didn't work out with me being on trial. It's really unfortunate situation. I wish things went differently, but you learn more from a loss than you do from a win at the end of the day. Obviously, I wasn't at Bognut for a long time. I was only there from January to March, so 3 months total training with them, and I missed a lot of sessions during that time. But honestly, I can say Bognut are the most professional, hard-working, best coaches, best coaching staff, best players that I've ever worked with. Like, the whole lot, they were absolutely amazing people to work with. I've just never been welcomed into a club any better in my playing time than I was at this club by this team. It was a great experience for me. Although it wasn't the best experience, it did pick me up a lot mentally, because you lot know I was struggling a little bit with only being on my own and doing individual training without a club for the last season. So although it didn't work out, this did. Don't know what happened on the camera there, but yeah, they did help me out a lot. Like I said, it didn't work out the best, but just being back in the team environment with people, it was so mentally refreshing and really gave me a boost. So I just want to thank Bognut for the opportunity. And if I can get back in contact, I would still love to come back to you guys for pre-season and see how I get on again. It was amazing. That would be amazing. So yeah, there you have it. Everything revealed from my time on trial at Bognut Regis Town. I wish them all the best for this back end of the season, if it hasn't already finished yet. And if I don't see you in pre-season, best of luck for next season. Like I said, guys, sorry I've disappeared on you all recently, but I am very active on TikTok. So like I said, make sure you come and follow me over there. I've got some exciting content coming soon, and you'll see what is next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.